Ospreay leaps. What on earth did they make Will Ospreay, and what did they make him out of? Ospreay! Oh my God! Ospreay over the guardrail! Walter, something else telling you. You're seeing the genesis, the beginning of something special. Versus the aerial assassin, but there can only be one internet champion. Look at the presence of this man, Will Ospreay. Everyone here in Manchester, without fail, man, women and child, on their feet. It was 1 year ago this weekend since Will Ospreay made the finals of that unprecedented 64-man tournament, the Pro Wrestling World Cup. Ospreay unsuccessful on that night in August. On this night in August, maybe, just maybe, he will leave with championship gold. Well, we were about to find out. He looks confident enough to me, Bradshaw. But then again, when is Will Ospreay ever lacking in confidence? And quite rightly so. The list of achievements this man has at such a young age, it's almost embarrassing for every other wrestler on the planet. But there's one achievement he's yet to attain, and Walter, he has it, and that's the Defiant Internet title. Will Ospreay wants it. Indeed, for all of his achievements around the wrestling world, he is yet to hold singles gold here in Defiant. Unbelievable when you think about it. That may change here in the next few minutes, but he is against a champion, the likes of whom we have never seen before. Well, I said it before, Bradshaw, sometimes a professional wrestler comes along and you just think, wow, Walter is that man. This man is a colossus. Title held over his shoulder. You call him a colossus, call him a ring general, call him a man mountain, but whatever you call him, make sure you don't forget that he is the man to beat here. The top of the mountain in terms of the internet title is Walter. Well, remember who Walter defeated back at Road to Destruction, both Travis Banks and Zack Sabre Jr. in the same match. Will Ospreay, he defeated Joe Hendry at Built to Destroy to get this opportunity. Now it comes down, forget everyone else, it comes down to these two men. First time ever, Ospreay and Walter. I have goosebumps.
It is now time for the main event of the evening. This is a singles bout set for one fall. It has a 30-minute time limit, and it will decide your Defiant Wrestling Internet Championship. Introducing first to my right, he is the challenger and #1 contender. Representing Chaos and from Essex, England, winning tonight at 192 pounds, he is known all over the world as the Aerial Assassin, Will Ospreay! And now to my left stands the champion from Vienna, Austria, and winning tonight at 310 pounds, he is the current reigning and defending Defiant Wrestling Internet Champion. This is Walter!
terrifying to look at. The internet champion. How must it feel to stand across the ring from Walter?
I can't even begin to imagine it. Will Ospreay has faced countless great wrestlers during his career. Some of the best in the world have fallen by his hand and his feet, by the way. But Walter, I'm telling you, there's something about this man.
And what was most noticeable in those ring introductions by Stevie Aaron was the weight. They said Ospreay, what, something 180 some pounds? Walter, 310.
Yeah, and he moves like he's $150. This man, incredible speed for someone so huge.
Ospreay going to have to rely on his superior speed, though, and acrobatic capacity to take down Walter and claim the internet title. It is a #1 contendership that he earned by defeating Joe Hendry at Built to Destroy, but here's the strength of Walter immediately.
It's just scary, downright terrifying. So effortless from Walter as well. It's almost like he's not even breaking sweat.
And Ospreay, before that look of confidence came back on his face, momentarily there, I thought had a look of disbelief. Having never faced Walter before, that's the first time he's ever felt that brute strength. The internet champion.
He's just felt it again, and a look flashes across the face of Ospreay. He's going to have to change his tactics. He might need to pull out the performance of a lifetime to dethrone Walter and take home that internet championship.
I mean, Ospreay's friends with Zack Sabre Jr., he's friends with Travis Banks, he's friends with a wealth of people who've taken on Walter. I'm sure he's spoken to them, and I'm sure they've said, you've never felt the power of a man like Walter before. I don't know if Ospreay could really understand what they meant until this moment.
Well, you and I sat here, Bradshaw. We sat just a few feet away from the ring, and we watched Walter chop the absolute hell out of Zack Sabre Jr. And it brought tears almost to our eyes as well. That's in Will Ospreay's future, and he knew that going in. Can you imagine how terrifying that would be?
Ospreay's not going to like this as Walter trying to kick in the head. Disrespectfully, Ospreay, that's fired him up. The challenger from Raynham in Essex.
Oh no.
And here it comes. Oh, Ospreay knew he has to avoid the chops. That's what ultimately, I think, helped to put paid to Zack Sabre Jr. and to Travis Banks, but Ospreay takes down the champion.
I think that's the quickest that Walter has been taken off his feet here in Defiant Wrestling.
And now it's Walter's turn to have a look of disbelief on his face.
Going into this one, I have to say, I didn't believe that Walter could be beat. If anyone can do it, it's the aerial assassin Will Ospreay.
Same is true of Walter, that's true of Ospreay. I'm sure people have said to Walter, you haven't known speed, you haven't known a flurry of offense like Will Ospreay's. Maybe Walter didn't quite understand what that meant until now.
Oh. This is almost those big forearms and chops against the stiff kicks of Ospreay. I don't think Ospreay can match upper body strength, to state the obvious, with Walter.
And it would be a mistake to do so. That's what sometimes people try and do in there against Walter. They try and wrestle him in his kind of match. Ospreay needs this to be Ospreay's kind of match.
Oh, there we go. That's super smart from Ospreay. Has to do what brought him to the dance.
Yeah. And now, immediately trying to up the pace and go to the ropes. He's looking for a Tilton World DDT until he gets pushed away as a leap on. Is that agility from Walter that you talked about? And the boot to the face of the challenger.
It's horrific. That's what it is.
There is no one quite like Walter. And this crowd know it. Walter has earned the respect, or maybe the... respect is the word, almost awe. That's the kind of chop that can shorten your career.
It's like getting hit in the chest with a sledgehammer. The size of Walter's arms, his hands.
You know, a few hits like that, and Ospreay could be taken out of this very quickly. It's in a 30-minute time limit for this at the start of the match, but...
Strap yourself in, buckle up.
I mean, if Ospreay hangs in here for 20 minutes or so, then maybe he's got a better chance, but there's every possibility that Walter ends this in 5.
Well, absolutely. And hey, listen, the thing is as well, the very fact that Ospreay was able to knock Walter off his feet so quickly is almost embarrassing for the champion.
It's a gut wrench. Takes him down again. Walter will once more go for the side press, and Ospreay somewhat unconvincingly gets that right shoulder up to stop the pin.
And usually, Walter likes toying with his opponents. He loves chopping the hell out their chest. Oh.
Yeah, Ospreay trying to chop down the proverbial tree, but only trees fight back like that.
Oh. Walter now picking his spot. He has this one fully in control. Look at this for a slam.
Walter off the ropes, knee right across the throat of Ospreay. Pressure, clavicle. Kick out on 2.
Imagine the mental fortitude it takes to even step inside the ring with a man like Walter. You have to give Ospreay credit for even trying here. Already the wheels are coming off this title challenge. I hesitate to say it so early, but look at this systematic destruction from the big man.
Well, the one thing that might possibly work in Ospreay's favour here, and you heard it in the ring announcement, he's part of the Chaos faction over in New Japan Pro Wrestling. He's been under the tutelage of Kazuchika Okada. Ospreay grabbing the hand of Walter this time. He went for another one of those clubbing strikes across the chest. And Ospreay has been in there with some real hard hitters, obviously in New Japan, so he'll be used to something like this kind of style. But again, I emphasise, I'm not sure he's ever faced anyone like this man.
Oh, Walter went for the big boot again. Ospreay telegraphed it, saw it coming.
This is what is exciting when you watch Will Ospreay. As you see, he learns from what happened earlier in the match. Ospreay this time knew the boot was coming. He moved out of the way, and that's given him a foothold here.
You don't get to the position Will Ospreay is in the pro wrestling business by failing to learn from your mistakes.
Ospreay, though, those strikes having very little impact. That one maybe a little more. Ospreay rolls back. And wow, over the top rope. A variation on the 619, but over the top, and Ospreay springboard. Clothesline takes down Walter. The cover didn't hook the leg, and Walter, with some ease, it has to be said, forced Ospreay off after 2.
It was almost like, well, Ospreay was spread over a car bonnet there. The size of Walter's quite intimidating. How do you hold this man down?
The distance between those two shoulders makes it hard to pin both down at the same time. Ospreay enziguri, and again Walter goes down. Champion retreats to the outside, and that is at least a small victory for Will Ospreay.
Ospreay has something else in mind. This is Ospreay's wheelhouse.
Walter in no man's land with the internet title on the line. Here comes Ospreay. Ospreay between the top and middle got caught. He got caught by Walter. And a chop across the chest of Ospreay from the internet champion.
Ring the bell right now, referee. That was one hell of a chop. And now look.
Oh my. Deposited on the ring apron. Walter stands above the challenger. And Walter will break up the count, but
I'll be surprised if Will Ospreay can get back to his own 2 feet of his own accord. His chest was totally caved in there by the big Austrian.
Well, the champion's decision to break up the referee's count there may be the only thing that's stopped Will Ospreay from being counted out. Another chop. Ospreay, the pain ravaged across his face, but the determination as well. Ospreay fights back. Oh, no. Walter got him by the throat. Walter's hand goes into the ring post. Ospreay moved out of the way.
Are you frustrated with online dating? That's because Hollywood wants everyone's photos to look like this. But in reality, most of us have a few extra curves. Wouldn't it be great if you could get more results and be accepted just the way you are? Now there's a new dating site, CurvesConnect.com, where you'll find real pictures of real people. Go to CurvesConnect.com now and start connecting for free.
Great dates have real curves. Find great dates on Curves Connect.
I just lived a day in a life. Young demons left.
A day.
Walter being chopped, and Ospreay this time breaks up the count. Oh, and he takes a boot from Walter. They're on a table. Ospreay scooped up by Walter. And Walter sends Ospreay face first into the ring post.
Oh, that's got to be it. That's got to be. I'm not kidding around. Ospreay's head struck that steel ring post so so hard. And look at this, the champion inside the ring, enjoying the spoils of his hard work.
Standing tall, his dominance clear to everybody here in the BEC arena. Walter telling the referee to go get the belt. This one, he says, is over by count out. Referee is up to a count of 5.
Yeah, we're on 5. We're halfway there. Ospreay only has 5 seconds to get somehow scrape himself off the arena floor and get back. Oh, look at.
Yeah, he's bleeding. Ospreay is bleeding from the forehead. Referee is up to 7 now.
There's a count of 8.
Ospreay only has 2 seconds to get into the ring, or Walter retains the internet title, and Ospreay somehow just about made it in.
And isn't it ironic, Dave, that the presence of mind Ospreay had before to break up the count before ultimately cost him? Now it saves the day.
Yeah, look at what Walter's doing. Walter sees the wound on the forehead of Ospreay and immediately puts the elbow into that wound.
Oh my God, this is almost barbaric from the internet champion. Walter, this is what I was getting at earlier on. He enjoys this, inflicting pain, toying with his opponents. Seeing Will Ospreay bleed will only spur the champ on.
This is why they call him the ring general, his ability to dictate what goes on, how long the punishment will continue, and it looks like the internet champion is not done yet.
And Ospreay came down face first on that canvas. Couldn't even break his own fall on the way down. He's out on his feet. He wants some more, I can't believe it.
For goodness sake, Will. Another one. Ospreay doesn't know when he's beat. Ospreay doesn't know when he's beat. Ospreay.
Well, there just isn't the same ferocity behind us. Oh,
Walter was inviting him to go for the chop. Oh, God. Oh, God, he's going for the golden bomb. He got caught. The guillotine choke. The choke from Ospreay. Ospreay's found a way to counter the golden bomb. Oh, has he, though? No. The double underhook. Oh, my God. What power. What strength from Walter. The cover to retain. And Ospreay kicked out.
remember that kick out because it may well be the last. I'm not sure. Will Ospreay has another one of those in him. He did everything he could to get that submission hold on the massive frame of Walter, but Walter just swatted him off.
And now Walter taking things up a notch, putting Ospreay on the top turnbuckle. This is normally Ospreay's favourite place to be, but I'm not sure that's true here. Oh God, no, not again. Not again, this time from the middle turnbuckle. Looking for that double underhook, overhead suplex again. Headbutts from Ospreay. Anything he can do to fight free from this behemoth. Oh, Ospreay tucks in the head. Ospreay cheeky Nando's kick.
Right to the face of the internet champion, and down comes Walter. They say the bigger they are, the harder they fall. That was proof positive.
Walter has been rattled. Ospreay may have the slightest glimpse of an opportunity here. And Will Ospreay has climbed to the very top. Ospreay is about to take to the skies as the moonsault feet. Oh, the feet go up, the face into the feet of Walter. The missile drop kick.
Almost knocked Ospreay clean out of the ring.
No. Golden bomb from Walter on Ospreay. And up. What? Ospreay kicked out. Ospreay kicked out.
And this is the first time we've seen Walter rattled. He cannot believe that Ospreay found a way to kick out of that massive power bomb.
Anyone can believe that. This crowd are shocked as well, and now Walter perfectly happy to go back to that head wound.
Well, he has to do anything he can to keep the challenger down. Look at the face of Ospreay.
There are very few men who've ever kicked out of the golden bomb. Ospreay just became one of a very elite few.
Ospreay back to his feet.
My name is Douglas Ward with Taito Boxing. You know, one of the most common questions we get around here is, how do I choose the right boxing glove? What's the right boxing glove for me? And that's kind of a tricky question because the fit and feel of a boxing glove is mostly based on just your own personal preference, your own bias, what you like. But what I can share with you are the 7 factors we figure into the design of a boxing glove and what we look for before we lace them up and let them go out the door. The first thing we look
AB, what puts the final nail in his coffin here? Ospreay holds onto the ropes, gets caught. German suplex from Walter. Ospreay sent flying across the ring and then to the outside.
Yeah, that's a small mercy for Ospreay, because I get the feeling if he stayed inside the ring, Walter may well have won this match.
Yeah, I don't think that was deliberate from Ospreay. I think it's just the momentum of that German suplex took him out.
These chops are something else. And now look at this, dumping Ospreay into the front row.
And Walter perfectly prepared to shove Ospreay into the crowd. He'll do as he pleases here. Walter, referee is trying to force him away.
It'll take more than one referee to stop the champ.
It's a brave stuff from the official to try and tell Walter what to do.
Now the count starts all over again.
Ospreay! Ospreay from nowhere! A leaping uppercut off the crowd barrier. Here comes Ospreay. The handspring over the top and takes out Walter. And now it's Walter into the crowd.
You talk about taking control of a match, and Ospreay's not finished.
They're on their feet here in Manchester. Walter's in trouble. Ospreay off the turnbuckle, then oh my God! A front splash into a crossbody into the crowd takes out Walter. My God!
Everyone is standing here in the BBC Arena here in Manchester. You want to talk about stacked? They're almost stacked on top of one another, craning their necks to get a look at champion and challenger.
Utter carnage here at Stacked.
We still have an internet champion to decide. This match ain't over, it may well be. We don't want a double count out in this one.
Ospreay is first back over the barrier.
Can't believe it. Walter back on his feet.
Oh, Walter clotheslines Ospreay, rolls in.
No way.
We're up to 9, is it?
Oh,
and he got it, he got it, he got it, he got it. Did he?
Literally just by one hair on Will Ospreay's head.
God, have you ever seen a closer 9 count than that in your life?
Now, Walter's not convinced it wasn't 10. But the decision stands. This Internet Championship match still ongoing.
Huge, huge call from the referee. Ospreay in with the smallest of margins there.
Ospreay gritting his teeth. Walter happy to keep peppering the challenger.
You just wonder, is this one of those nights where, for all of the disadvantages he has, Will Ospreay won't be denied?
Well, any mere mortal would be finished long before now.
How has he not gone down?
Oh.
Ospreay, another chop attempt. Walter covering up now. Ospreay's unloading. Another chop misses. Again, Ospreay unloading. And the third one gets it. Oh, Ospreay nips up. Oh, my. Enziguri to the back of the head from Ospreay with the last ounce of energy that was remaining in his body.
I'm telling you, I want to say wow about Walter, but wow, Will Ospreay, the heart of a lion here tonight. Again, Dave, any normal man would be finished. They'd be taken out of here on a stretcher, and Ospreay's still in it.
It is a privilege to be ringside for this main event, Internet title on the line. An unforgettable main event between Walter and Ospreay. And Ospreay.
Yeah, you can feel the energy in this building. Ospreay's on the verge of something special.
Ospreay with a kick around the head of Walter. Clubs him down. Walter. Remember the golden ball counter. The counter. The shoulders down. The shoulders down. No. We were a split second from a new Internet champion.
And again, the crowd rise to their feet and appreciation for what these two world-class athletes are doing here tonight at Stacked.
Ospreay raises his eyes to the heavens. He is starting to believe, I think, that he can do this against Walter at the very first time of asking. It's a rainmaker. Shades of a Carter there, but Walter, won't go down.
They need a flood to take this man off his feet. Look at Walter. Somehow,
Slap from Walter. These two men are exhausted. He gets it. Ospreay gets the rainmaker. Finally.
but does he have enough to follow up and make the cover? Apparently not. Too much has been taken out of Will Ospreay.
Or has it? Ospreay tried to kip up. He still has something in him. Ospreay has him measured up here. The running kick to Walter. Oh, Walter's on his feet. Walter's on his feet. God, gets him. The overhead throw. To the top, Walter, no.
How does he do it? How does he do it, Bradshaw? How does Will Ospreay continuously find a way out?
Ospreay counters, and Walter is reeling again.
But look, Walter, either by design or complete happy accident rather, manages to make his way out of the ring. He's on the ring apron and I don't think he's quite safe. Nowhere safe from Will Ospreay.
What an impressive display from Will Ospreay. Win, lose or draw here.
Almost speechless at what we're seeing.
Ospreay, another one of those curling kicks around the side of the head.
No way.
What's he doing? Oh, Walter is dumped, hanging over the top rope here. Ospreay, is he looking to do? Oh, the shooting star! The shooting star, for goodness sake!
And he's going high again. One more time.
This marks Title Boxing's 20th year in the fight game.
Ospreay! There's a shooting star across the back! And again!
Third time's a charm. Maybe for Will Ospreay it will be.
Ospreay, a third shooting star press to win the Internet title. No!
Oh my God. Oh my God. I thought Will Ospreay was impressive for kicking out of the Golden Bomb earlier on in this match.
What is it going to take to decide this Internet title match?
Well, whoever wins this one deserves it, no doubt about that. One hell of a main event.
Ospreay thinks he might get it done with the Oz Cutter. Walter doesn't let it happen.
There we go.
And what is that? A clutch, a choke. That's how he beat Zack Sabre Jr.
The size of this man. Referee checking the arm.
We're down to two, and this could do it. Oh, no. Ospreay still with life in him. Again, those arms. He's got a body wrap around. No, he doesn't. Ospreay shoulders down. Ospreay will go. The ropes again. Cutter. No. Gets caught. Walter's strength is inhuman. Oh, no. Oh, Ospreay going to the top. Walter, cover. No. Again. And again into the choke.
That's got to be it. Ospreay landed flush on the top of his head. There's no way he's escaping this.
This time, arm goes down twice. Will it go down a third time? Yes, it does. The bell rings, and Walter retains the Internet title in an absolute classic.
Here is your winner as the result of a submission, and still Defiant Wrestling Internet Champion, Walter!
A tremendous, world-class main event here at Stacked. At the end of it all, the man still standing tall with the Internet title is the ring general, Walter.
Well, even we're standing after that one. What an effort from both these men. They went everywhere, done everything. But in the end, Dave Bradshaw, Walter again stands proudly, stands tall still, the defiant internet champion. Somewhere. Beat this man.
Well, the next man to try will be Chris Ridgway. He's the new #1 contender at Fight or Flight on October 11th. But you're right, who on earth can beat the internet champion, Walter and Stack Joseph Air from Manchester?